Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Chief of the Army Staff. It is my honor to welcome the distinguished delegation of service chiefs and senior generals from the United Nations troop contributing countries. We welcome you to exercise Sanya Sangam Shakti. In the ongoing conflict in Kambarian region, another saga of violence unfolds. Please look to your right. A small convoy of civilian vehicles is moving ahead. Ordinary people just going about their daily lives. Meanwhile, the Woken rebels have received intelligence about this movement. They identify it as a potential threat and begin to close in. The rebels eye they prey. Strikes an RPG. The vehicle is damaged. In seconds, the rebels surrender them. The rebels descend, swift, ruthless, and unstoppable. Chaos erupts, panic spreads like fire. The women, children, elderly, none of them are spared. The onslaught unfolds. Within moments, the attackers seize the hostages. They prepare to vanish to the wilderness, back to the stronghold.
UN, please help. They are killing us. They are killing civilians. I don't know how many. UN, please help. They are so merciless. Oh God.
The sector headquarters responds swiftly to the distress call. Within moments, the operation center comes alive.
Task Force Alpha, stand by for immediate orders. All satellite and UAV assets. Redirect to grid Echo 7. Sweep and map the rebel stronghold. Priority is hostages. Repeat, priority is hostages. Over.
Orders fly across channels as commanders react with precision. One by one, the aerial assets get into position. The aerial sweep today is led by a formidable array of Indian-made technology. Switch UAVs, agile swarm drones, hover bees, DRAP platforms, and specialist drones developed for such missions. Ladies and gentlemen, in actual operations, we will see a surfeit of hundreds of drones, but due to exercise constraints and airspace management issues, only samples of drones are being shown. High above, the reconnaissance warriors make their move. Specialist operatives, masters of combat freefall, are dropping in from the skies. On your screens, you can see them slipping from the helicopter's bay, plunging from 10,000 feet above, their parachutes just a micro dot against the vast blue skies. Each descent is silent and precise, the beginning of an orchestrated assault. As the operatives descend, their precisely packed loads follow. As seen on your screens, the guided precision aerial delivery systems release vital equipment and unmanned platforms from high altitudes, each landing exactly where needed, sustaining the mission with pinpoint accuracy. Supporting this advance, paramotors glide across the terrain. They carry follow-on operational stores straight to the front lines. With efficiency and relentless pace, these next-generation systems extend the reach of the task force, blending speed and health into the very fabric of battlefield logistics. For demonstration purposes, both these events have been presented only as video segments on your screen. Distinguished chiefs, we now shift our vantage, descending from the sweeping heights of strategy to the razor edge of tactics. Prepare for an unprecedented close-up of the action as the operation unfolds, moment by moment, before your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, now please take your attention to the skies. The jumpers now arc towards the drop zone beneath the ram air canopies. These pathfinders have a singular mission: silent reconnaissance, slipping behind enemy lines to sharpen the sector headquarters' situational awareness.
Sometimes what unfolds before our eyes is more than a display of skill. It's an emotion, a commitment, a living legacy of those who serve beyond themselves.
As you notice the descent, you can see that they are not alone. The jumpers jump in tandem along with the robotic mules and their steadfast canine partners, all forging ahead into the unknown.
The spirit of soldiering, universal, Unshaken, unmatched, this display transcends drill and details.
Ladies and gentlemen, for demonstration purposes only, today's landings are conducted very close to the target. In real operations, they would be executed from a tactically appropriate distance.
Look closely. What seems like a routine drill is actually a choreography of trust, training, and tactical ingenuity.
As the pathfinders draw closer, their descent is guided by the advanced RA-1 canopies, designed for precision and control, even in challenging winds. High above the battlefield, these specialized rigs allow for silent entry and pinpoint landings, the hallmark of Allied airborne operations.
Each moment here stands as a tribute, not only to power, but to precision.
Ladies and gentlemen, please look closely as the last jumper is about to land, who carries along a robotic mule in tandem.
These sights are not just for the eye, but for the soul. They inspire, they reassure, they renew belief in collective will.
The silent reconnaissance warriors, now safely on the ground, are preparing to undertake a close target sweep of the rebel stronghold. Supporting them are the Indian-made robotic mules, advancing platforms inducted by the Indian Army. As you can see from either side of the stage, two robotic mules stride in with deliberate precision, agile, sure-footed, and intelligent. Equipped with obstacle avoidance, multi-role weapon mounts, and advanced sensors, they embody the fusion of reliability and technology. Following close behind, the tracked unmanned ground vehicles move in. The heavy variant with steady power, and then the agile version weaving with speed and precision. Together they offer unmatched endurance, lift, and battlefield flexibility. As you see on your screens, you can see the live feed of this equipment. Completing the formation is the tactical hauler that glides forward, compact yet capable, shadowing every move and carrying essential loads. Together, these unmanned systems operate as one, extending the soldier's reach, lightening the burden, and adapting seamlessly to the dynamic demands of battlefield. The unmanned ground systems now prepare to surge ahead.
Such precision isn't born overnight. It is forged in the crucible of training, discipline, and endless hours of teamwork.
Watch the skies. The Netra drones soar. These long endurance, high-altitude surveillance platforms deliver instant situational awareness, precision tracking, and encrypted live feeds.
Trailing in the second wave, the Trinetra drones take flight with the ability to generate three-dimensional profiles at millimeter-level accuracy and equipped with advanced obstacle avoidance technology. Trinetra closes the gap left by the Netra's wings. On your screens, you can see the 3D scans captured by this wave, adding layers of clarity to the battlefield.
Simultaneously, you can also see a coordinated swarm maneuvers in tandem. In spaces too tight for larger craft, micro-drones spring from the canisters, infiltrating confined, cluttered terrain and ensuring no sector remains unscanned.
Every synchronized step tells a story of countless hours of perseverance.
To sustain the relative watch, landing and docking stations facilitate continuous operations, enabling autonomous recovery, battery charging stations, rapid data transfer, guaranteeing that commanders receive a seamless, actionable reconnaissance picture. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, take your attention on the Black Hornet nano drones that joined the mission, the smallest and quietest in the world. They have an operational range of 2 kilometers and they're flying right in front of you. As you can see on the screens, it gives the exact data to the operators. It can operate in GPS-denied environments and slip completely undetected within meters and centimeters of the target. Their presence is nearly invisible, but their intelligence is invaluable. Together, these systems create a multi-layered reconnaissance network. However, today's display offers just a glimpse. In operational environment, our unmanned aerial systems provide transparent real-time inputs so that commanders and troops can plan and execute. The orders are now being issued to the fire support elements.
Today is a canvas. The fresh brush strokes are made by professionals whose passion colors the future of peace and security.
Half right, ladies and gentlemen, the mechanized forces roll out with measured power. Their engines pulse with controlled aggression, moving decisively into position.
Task Force for 4-3. Carry out silent registration. Engagement of target on call. Over.
Meanwhile, the artillery crews are ranging, elevating, and registering targets with exacting precision. You can see the live feeds onto your screens. The guns are poised to deliver controlled, lethal fire and can interdict enemy if required. The potential artillery assets stand ready to deliver decisive firepower and, if necessary, seal off the rebels' escape routes.
Target Victor 4101 recorded. Over.
The ground elements are now in place. Orders for air support are being given simultaneously while the task force wait for the same.
In every maneuver, there's a silent salute to all those who serve out of sight, ensuring every success seen today.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will now witness the Advanced Light Helicopter, the weapon system integrated version, also known as the Rudra. It's an ARM variant of the Dhruv helicopter. It is equipped with a state-of-the-art integrated architecture display system and a glass cockpit, providing the crew with superior situational awareness. The helicopter features advanced sensors, electro-optical pods, helmet-mounted sights, and a target acquisition system that enables precise engagement both by day and night. The ALH can carry a versatile weapon load including 20mm turret guns, 70mm rockets, anti-tank guided missiles, and air-to-air missiles, making it a true multi-role platform. Look as they perform their maneuvers. What you see are one of the most potent aerial platforms the world has seen.
When technology meets tenacity, the result is an unbeatable edge, the outcome of centuries of learning and relentless innovation. The real strength of a force lies not in its arsenal, but in the beating hearts that fuel its courage and resolve.
The distant roar, now audible, signals the arrival of the Transport Task Force. Please direct your attention to the screens where you can see the Hepters. Also flying along are the sector commander and force commanders in their trusted cheetahs. An airborne command post is established. The formation dives in low, sweeping over the target zone, like an eagle closing in on its prey. As the aircraft hovers, the assault troops leap out in quick succession, executing low hover jumps with practice efficiency. Following them, right behind are the fire support group, along with the snipers who established the fire base along with the unmanned systems in place. Each of these maneuvers demonstrates the diverse insertion. These techniques are molded to meet the demands of mission and terrain, flexibility and speed woven into every phase of the operation. The task force fans out, swiftly canning the sector before performing a protective cordon. The unsuspecting rebels, lost in their demands for ransom, remain completely unaware that their stronghold is now the center of a full-scale rescue operation. As they talk, our task force move. You can also see the live feeds of the unmanned systems being shown on your screens. What you see right now is a weapon-mounted robotic mule. The confirmation comes through. The task force clearance is a go. Suddenly, in an overwhelming push, the task force storms the area. Rebel resistance collapses under the assault, blasts reverberating as the objective is seized. Simultaneously, overhead, a mortar dropper UAV executes a precision strike, raining target mortar rounds onto the rebel sectors, neutralizing opposition and clearing the way for success. The assault teams move methodically, breaching buildings one by one in a coordinated sweep to locate and secure the hostages. With disciplined precision, they separate the non-combatants from the chaos and isolate hostile fighters, minimizing risk to the innocent civilians. The enemy post taken out, the firebase also provides the weaponized drone, armed with a medium machine gun, swinging into action. Within seconds, the task force seizes control, each action swift, lethal, and calculated. Minor blasts echo through the compound as the opposition crumbles. A desperate enemy pair makes a last-ditch bid for an escape on a motorcycle. The sharpshooter brings one down. The other starts running away from the stronghold. But not for long, as the canine unit takes him down and brings him. Another rebel is seen, frantic and desperate, urges his horse into a wild sprint, seeking escape. The galloping pair gain a brief head start. Oh, he's attacked by the FPV drone, but the target is missed. Not to worry, the FPV pursues him once again. The FPV chases the target, acquires him, and follows him to completely neutralize him. The combat air patrol continues to provide support from the air. The drone continues its pursuit to neutralize the target, and on the second attempt, takes out the target. Commanders on the ground confirm that all hostile elements have been neutralized and every hostage is now safe and accounted for. Moving without hesitation, the order goes out. Extraction transports summoned. Rough terrain bikes weave through the chaos, escorting the light strike vehicle assigned to transport the detained rebels, while the quick reaction force vehicles move in to evacuate the rescued hostages.
Steel and resolve, grace and movement, a soldier's signature. This display transcends drill and detail. With the violence subsiding, the female engagement teams step forward, calm, composed, and reassuring. Their presence brings solace to the frightened women and children, restoring order and dignity in the wake of turmoil. With quiet authority, they guide the rescued through secure corridors, embodying the powerful truth that strength and compassion can stand side by side on a battlefield.
The light strike vehicle and the quick reaction force vehicle roll down the secure corridor, offering the rescued hostages a new chance at safety and hope. Battle-weary yet filled with pride, the peacekeepers head swiftly to the extraction point. The satisfaction of mission success palpable. As they prepare to return home, each knows another mission awaits. Another chance to protect lives and restore peace in troubled lands. The trusted advanced light helicopter returns once more, descending through the settling dust to recover the task force.
Some stories are told in words. Today, stories are written in action, movement, and every synchronized beat on this ground. This showcase is both a promise and a challenge to always strive, to never settle, and to keep reaching higher.
Communication between the aircrew and the ground controllers is continuous at this stage. The aircraft must hover steady within a few feet while the wind and dust swirl beneath. A remarkable feat of control.
In witnessing such synergy, one sees the future, where every domain, land and air, moves within collective resolve.
Bodies suspend beneath the aircraft, silhouetted against the fading light. Precariously dangling in the opening skies, they embody quiet courage. All hostages having been secured, rebel threat neutralized, extraction complete. Civilians and peacekeepers return unharmed. Exercise Sanya Sangam Shakti is now successfully and decisively concluded.
We welcome home our United Nations peacekeepers who returned safely after yet another successful operation.
Through courage, professionalism, and unwavering cooperation between troop contributing nations, the mission achieved its aims. Civilians protected, stability restored, and the foundations for lasting peace strengthened.
In upholding the values of United Nations, we have given the people of Kambara hope. It can now remain peaceful for a longer time.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for witnessing the strength, innovation, and humanitarian commitment of our forces.
As the dust settles and the echoes fade, what remains is the quiet pride of a nation, united in purpose and unwavering in defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now curated a display of new generation systems and technologies to the left of the grandstand. The display is now ready for the dignitaries. Thank you.